back to Ratting Road. In this video I'll bring a layout update as it's that time again. So I'll be going through all the what's changed over the last few months, all the new additions and future plans. Just want to say a big happy new year to you all, as it's now 2020 and I've just got back from after the festive period. So it's been a nice break from working on the layout and of course working as well, so it's all back to normal now. If you're new to the channel, just want to say a big welcome, and I hope that you enjoy the changes and the builds of the layout I've got to come in this next year. So without further ado, I'm going to get cracking straight on with the update. As you can see, coming around the corner now, I'm joined by some trains running around the layout, and that one there is my latest Class 90, which you'll see later on in the video as well. I'll talk about that briefly. And then, which you'll see in a moment, just over there on a non-scenic section is my Colas Class 37 with some test train coaches. So that'll be coming out of the tunnel any minute now. So just going to start the update off. So here's the scenic section where the scenery breaks with the tunnel, and nothing really has changed here. Haven't really worked on it much. There's the 37 there, as I said. What I have been doing, which you'll know about, is working on the signal box, and I finally finished that off, and I've done a couple of videos on that, one of them about a week ago now, so you can view those if you wanted to see how I made that, just a disused signal box. What I'm working on at the minute, and what I won't talk about much, is this area here. This is the lead walk up to the signal box, and I'll be doing a video on this as I speak as well, so I won't talk about it much. Coming along here, I've ballasted the track along there to the crossing up the top here, so the crossing there, and I've also ballasted the points to start off the depot. I've just been doing that really in between tasks more over there, and then over here nothing really has changed, it's still ballasted. Haven't got around to weathering it yet. To be honest, I was busy over the last few months doing other stuff, non-railway related as well, so progress on the layout hasn't been much. So a very short update on the layout really, because like I said, I don't really want to ruin the video for there, and because of how little things have changed, I knew I wouldn't have much to talk about anyway. And then of course here's the diorama as well, which I use to take pictures and videos and reviews of trains on. That hasn't changed yet, but of course I will be building that up once I come round to needing to. I will be doing a bit on that very soon before I tackle the next stages on other parts of the layout as well, so this certainly hasn't been forgot about by any means. So I'm going to stop the trains now and just talk about the new additions to the layout, what locos I've got in stock I've received over the last few months since the last update, and then after that I'll talk about the plans for the layout in the future. So the first loco I'm showing is a Batman Class 66, 66418, and the nameplate is Patriot. This model is in Freightliner Powerhall livery, and it's fitted with a Digitrains sound file. I bought this model from GC Weathering, and they're the company who do all my weathering for me, and as normal they've done a magnificent job weathering it as well. Do love this model, and it was featured in a lot of opening scenes in previous videos and also in some running sessions as well, so you would have seen this plenty of times in the videos. Not really much to say more about this really, other than the fact that I absolutely adore it. There's only one annoying little thing with it, but that will need to get changed eventually, and that's the Freightliner logos underneath the cab window and along the sides as well. They're the older style and they need to be updated with the newer style, as the Loco in real life has that, so that's one thing to change, but moving on. Second Loco is a Bachmann Class 90. This one I bought at Worley, and you're probably familiar with it because I've done a review video on it, and it's 9128 and the nameplate is VAT Verbinding. I won't talk about this model for much longer because like I said, I have done a review on it, but as it was a Loco that I've bought since the previous layout update, I just thought I'd showcase it anyway. If you are interested in seeing more of this model and seeing my review on it, then I'll leave a pop-up in the corner now. You can go through and watch that as well. Another new Loco is a Bachmann Class 37521 in Colas Rail livery. This one is chipped with just a standard Bachmann DCC chip. I don't plan on getting it sound fitted. This one will be getting paired up with my other Colas 37, which is 421. That will pull my Network Rail test train coaches around the layout in top and tailed form like they are in real life. Bought this model when it was released, I think it was last month in December, so it's only been out a month or so, but it proved quite a popular seller. So in the end I did get lucky and get the last one in a model shop, so not much more to say about that one. And lastly, another Bachmann 37, 37424, and the nameplate is Avro Vulcan XH558. This one is part of the Bachmann Avro Vulcan collector pack. So I got the Vulcan bomber planes that came with it, plus a load of extra bits. I won't be bothering doing a review on this. There are plenty of those already. I do love this model to pieces. Definitely a lovely livery on the 37. I certainly do like it, and also it is a local 37 to me. It's owned by DRS in real life, and they operated the short sets between Norwich and Lowestoft and Great Yarmouth before the Stadlers took over. So I had to get this 37 as soon as I realised it was coming as a pack. Not much more to say about this other than the fact it's chipped with a standard Bachmann chip, and it will be getting ran with my own DRS short set when I come round to making it, along with future DRS 37s as and when I come round to getting them. So now I've pretty much covered everything, the layout update side of it and new additions to locos and rolling stock. So now I'm going to talk about plans for the layout in the future. I know I said this in the last update, but I will be starting that embankment very soon. It'll just be a matter of clearing the way, making sure I've got enough material to finish it, and then just cracking straight on with it. So that'll be covered in the future video. The area in front of the embankment I'll be looking at getting some attention to as well, once the embankment itself is completed. So I will be ballasting around the depot, adding ground cover and scenery, etc. I hope to do that quite soon as well. And then focusing more on the front, so I will be weathering the ballast at the back there, and also adding some more ground cover around the side of it. And then once that's finished, I'll be able to extend the catenary, so add some more masts and portals just along the front there up to the crossing, because that's where the bridge will be. So ideally I want the whole left hand side of this covered by the end of the year at least. I'm going on what I achieved this year. I'm disappointed with how little the layout came along over the whole of last year, so I have made it my New Year's resolution to waste no time this year and just get stuff done. Don't just sit back, or just work as hard as you can to try and build the layout as far up as you can throughout the whole of the year, and then just hopefully be able to keep up with regular layout updates rather than just doing little pointless ones like this one. I'm not so worried about this side for now. I'll just cover that as and when I can, and when I'm waiting for things on the other side to do, like waiting for paint or ballast to dry, etc. So that's more or less the plans to come for now. And in terms of changes to the channel, I've invested in a tripod at last. So this is of course a handheld clip, just to show you that. So I have invested in a nice tripod. I have used it to do clips in this video, so it's nice to hopefully say that annoying camera wobble is now a thing of the past. So that's one change for the channel itself, and like I mentioned in the previous clip, depending on how much progress I do, I'll be bringing layout updates every 4 months or 6 months or however long, depending on how much progress I manage to make. 6 months will be the bare maximum, so if I make hardly any progress from now till June, then you won't see a layout update until June. But if I get enough done in that amount of time to be a worthy layout update, then yeah, that's when I'll post one. And then last but not least, I'm thinking of changing the channel slightly. I'm just going to take the FL name out of it. I know the YouTube channel is just named as Ratting Road, but the Facebook page has got FL for Freightliner in it, so I might just take that out just so it seems a bit more appropriate to run different kinds of trains. I'm not saying I feel like I can't, but I just think it would be a nice thing to do more than anything. And when it comes to future videos, this is what I've got planned as well. So like I mentioned earlier on, I said about how there's a video I'm doing as I speak about building up this area. So that's one video coming in the near future. Then I'll also be doing a video as I build that embankment too. And again, I want to get that done in the next month or so. So that will be a near future video as well. And then also I added a flashing tail lamp to one of my container wagons. So as I come around to adding another one, I'll certainly do a video on how to do those as well. They were nice and pretty simple to do and relatively easy. So yeah, I just thought it'd be a nice idea to show people how to do it, considering it's something I rarely see modelled. So there we have it. That pretty much brings an end to the video. I hope you all enjoyed, and I thank you ever so much for watching. Again, I'm just going to wish everybody a happy new year, and I hope that 2020 proves to be a really good year for you all. And again, thanks for supporting my channel, tuning in, watching my videos, giving me support, etc, etc. And I'll see you all in the next video. In the meantime, I'm going to leave some running session going on, and I hope you enjoy it. Take care guys, and happy modelling. Bye.
Can't come